My 13-year-old daughter's mother abruptly left her at my door when I was away on a business trip, saying she wanted to start again. My daughter cried outside for 10 hours, and I won't let this go. This is going to sound a bit harsh, but I'm distraught. When my daughter's mom got pregnant, we were young and only dated once. We broke up and decided to co-parent, so I would spend weekends and holidays with her, which was really upsetting. I wish I had gotten to spend more time with her growing up. My daughter, who is now 13 years old, started staying with me more after her mom married her current husband a few months ago. She would always tell me her stepdad didn't like her that much. I would try to probe to find out, but she would say she didn't want to talk about it so that I wouldn't push. I was away on a business trip and didn't return home until 1 a.m. My 13-year-old daughter was sitting outside alone in the middle of the night, and I was baffled and upset. It turns out that my ex-wife found out about her pregnancy, and her husband insisted that they didn't need her around anymore because they had their own family, and that it was a perfect time for them to start over with their own family. Instead of the ex supporting our daughter, she agreed, made her pack, and dropped her off at my place. However, she didn't tell me, and my daughter's phone died, so my poor child was left alone outside for 10 hours. My kid is sad and I feel terrible for her, but I'm furious that my ex would do this. It's unbelievable that a mother would act in such a way. Your daughter will likely never forget what you did, so I'm glad she has you, Opie. Thank you. It's unbelievable that she would harm her daughter in this way, and it's quite improbable that she will forgive her mother. When I eventually got home, my kid was shaking so severely from fear that it was apparent she'd been sobbing and that the experience had been quite traumatic for her. I wouldn't be surprised if she experienced a panic or anxiety attack, and I would contact the police for child abandonment. Your ex is a horrible mother who should be prosecuted. Please speak with a lawyer, obtain complete legal custody of your kid, and attempt to get her into treatment. Your daughter deserves so much more from Mom. Opie, it's so scary, especially when it's late at night. Why? Your poor girl is alone outside with an uncharged phone at 13 comments, along with what everyone else has said. Please make a copy of your house key for your daughter. She is old enough to have one, and being locked out of the house is really traumatic. I think that would help reassure her, Opie. I called the police last night. Fortunately, I know a reasonable family law attorney and definitely plan on getting her into therapy soon. My poor girl wasn't doing well at all last night when I found her. Thank you for your remark. I never thought she needed one before, but now that I think she does, I genuinely wish I had given it to her so that she has one. I also think having one will help reassure her. The worst part is that your ex didn't even have the grace to let you know, so you could attend to your daughter sooner. Hopefully this woman will now refrain from seeing your daughter so she can't cause any more harm. Opie. Yes. Or I could have had my parents or siblings pick her up until I could fly home. I'm not planning on letting her around my daughter, and I don't think she'll want to spend time with her mum for a while. Anyhow, this is a small but significant update from my post yesterday. My ex-husband and I were both arrested on charges of child neglect and abandonment. Fortunately, we were able to obtain footage of them driving off my daughter, who was clearly heartbroken, as well as footage of her sitting outside alone. I'm currently in contact with an attorney who will hopefully help my daughter and me get justice for everything that happened. I've been attempting to reassure her that she is safe and that she did nothing wrong. I've also been giving her lots of hugs and telling her that I love her. I contacted her school, and they were able to provide me with the best referral for a therapist. She will begin therapy later this week. What kind of relationship do you have with your neighbors? I suppose I'm asking how a neighbor could witness your daughter sobbing for 10 hours while sitting on the porch without asking her where you were, why she was sitting there with her luggage, and whether she needed assistance, Opie. It's easy to look the other way and choose not to get involved, but I know some who had camera footage who I genuinely know weren't home. I happened to inquire, and they checked back and found the footage.